I never really understood what it was like to feel like somebody was trying to silence me or a group was trying to silence me. And over the last couple of weeks, I finally have a glimmer of what that's like. And it's nowhere bad as it is for some people. But I have noticed a lot of people and the tactics that are being used to silence people who have opinions different than their own. One is that people are telling me that I have internalized sexism and therefore I am not allowed to talk about my ideas because I'm just parroting the patriarchal society's social constructs. And so that's a way to sort of dismiss my opinion out of hand. Other people have said I'm victim blaming and therefore I shouldn't be allowed to talk about my ideas. So it's been really interesting. There was an instance where someone who posted good reviews on my books had all their good reviews removed and is no longer allowed to review any of the books. Not sure why that's happening. But one thing that has happened that's been really interesting is Facebook. I have paid for a number of ads. And initially when I paid for the ads, no problem. They went through. And then suddenly none of my ads were approved. They were all, I was told that they were not approved and that I had to go through this whole rigmarole in order to be able to post my advertisements because I was posting things of a political nature. And so they sent me a letter that had a code that I put in that verified that I was at the address I said I was. And then they wanted my social security number and I'm trying to remember, a social security number in the back and front of my driver's license, which I'm not willing to give because that's pretty much all my identity. And based on the fact that Facebook has been hacked a number of times, I'm really not comfortable giving them that. So what I did is I set up another page, very much the same page. I submitted the same ad on both pages, and my page in which the ads weren't approved, again, the ad wasn't approved. The new page, the ad was approved and ran, and I paid for it. Shortly thereafter, I got an email from Facebook saying that my ad account has been disabled for policy violations, that I have any ads that I'm running have been turned off and disabled. And then there's a way to appeal it if I think that there's been a mistake. So I submitted an appeal because I think what's happening is that people don't like my ideas and don't like my ads and they're complaining about them. So I submitted an appeal to Facebook hoping to get this overturned, and I got back a message that said, our ad accounts are evaluated for policy compliance and quality of ad content. When accounts run ads that don't follow our advertising policy, they're disabled. There is no further action that you may take. We do not support the ads for your business model. Please consider this decision final. So I am no longer able to run ads on Facebook. And I find it funny because I'm not sure what my business model is exactly, other than talking about issues that people are uncomfortable with. I find it really interesting that when I created the different account that the ad was, or the different page, it was fine. So the ad was not approved on one and approved on the other end. And so to me that suggests there's something more going on than just an algorithm that's flagging my advertisements. So I'm no longer able to use Facebook to boost my my Facebook page in which I am talking about these issues. And I am no longer able to place ads to promote and market my books. So that's interesting. And I would be curious if other people have had these kinds of issues. People who have looked at my page say, what the heck? Like, on the grand scheme of things, what I'm saying is not that radical or controversial or political. In the grand scheme of things, it's just pointing out some concerns I have with the current victims' rights movement narrative. This is my experience with Facebook. I am going to explore other places where I can potentially advertise, but primarily I'm hoping to just rely on word of mouth and hope that people will share information about my blog and my books and get a discussion going so we can talk about these issues without having one group dictate what kind of language we can use and what kind of social norms we have. Clearly, Facebook is going to support the status quo. And so if we want to challenge it or change it, we're going to have to use different methods. So again, let me know what your experience has been. If you've been banned, I would love to hear about it and maybe do a video about it. Thanks.